back with another weekly preview. Been off the last couple of weeks. Had back-to-back birthdays with the wife or anniversaries after that. So anywho, took a couple of weeks off. Now we're back at it. October the 21st to the 25th. Here we come, already halfway through October. We're flying on through and already right into earnings season. So here we are, AK47 over at TradeCaster.com and of course Prime Trading Investments. Now the week levels here. The first thing I do want to get into, small caps. You know me, if you watch my levels, or watch my levels. Well, of course, if you watch these, that's mostly for large caps. But if you know me as a trader, I love small caps pretty much more than anything and always have. And that's where my love and passion came from stock trading, being a day trader and a small cap trader. For moves like this, on Tuesday of last week, drug with a move, as you can see here, literally started its run less than $1 the day before. So we're gapping up, or maybe it's right around the $2 range, but it was right at 2 or so. And we're worked our way all up to 60 and after hours, and we kind of walked that up as it squeezed. And then yet again on Friday, we were walking up, and it was actually a long for me in pre-market, then the move to 40. And then knowing that if we got over certain levels, as you can tell on the way up here, you know, you're going to squeeze and go for more. I always talk about this, though, for small caps, about the first, for whatever reason, the first 2 weeks of October, the first 10, 12, 15 days, it's slow. You'll see some moves here and there. Nothing like you'll see about 12 to 15, 14, 16 days in. It's weird. Go back to me and my wife had back-to-back birthdays and anniversary. It always seems like, because one year we went somewhere for our birthdays and we went camping actually for our second year. We went jeeping and yada, yada, yada for our birthdays and anniversary. So took a lot of the dogs and anyway, went jeeping. And I'll never forget that Thursday and Friday we were gone. Supernova City went crazy. I was like, dang it, I was missing plays left and right. And that's right middle of the month. It always happens that way. So just remember, if you trade small caps, first 10, 15 days are slow. Some are right around their 10 to 15 day mark. Whammy. And then you got plays like drug going crazy. And there were many others. I don't want to go through them all from last week. But it was probably one of the hottest weeks that we've had, not only this year, but in years. It's been slower in small caps since 2021. Of course, every year before that, 2020 was crazy as can be, and so was 21. But that was more of the fad. Large caps, and we can just get to it, are moving a lot bigger than they used to. I mean, look at NFLX. I mean, when you have plays like NFLX, that can move up, you know, from 690 all the way up to almost 790. You know, you move up that much. Of course, not moving as big as they were, but earnings reports were going crazy. Late last year into all of last year, really into this year, early this year. I mean, we had plays like NVDA and SMCI going hundreds of dollars. Plays like Meta, Netflix, and others going 50, 60, 70, 80 like this in a matter of 24 hours. So a lot of that movement has moved back to large caps, really where it wasn't there for a while, and small caps ruled the world. Now the small caps are finally getting busy again. Will we ever get as hot as we were? Yet to be seen. Hope we get somewhat of that. My point is, this past week and seeing drug move like it has, we had the hottest week we've had all year and really in recent years, really dating back to probably 2021. So nice to see. Hopefully what typically would now happen is we stay hot through October, and about the first week in November, we kind of die out around election, right? Everything's kind of like, and people are busy and they're out voting and whatever. And then that's about like October, November's the same. First 10 days of November, kind of slow, lackluster. And then you get about 11, 12 days in. And I always told everyone, you go to that first full week before Thanksgiving. So, you know, Thanksgiving's always that on a Thursday. You go to that Thursday before that, right around in that area, ooh, it starts getting spicy into Thanksgiving. So remember that, and I'll be talking about that, of course, next month as well. So let's get to large caps, though, and levels real quickly. SPY here, of course, since I've been gone. Since you've been gone! We are at all-time highs right now, rolling up into this wedge. Nice uptrend channel. Even if you go overall in kind of like this 4 hour, you can see here, we are on this beautiful uptrend. Now, when that uptrend cracks, as you can see, we're on a pretty significant one here. Recently getting tight into it, looking to squeeze, in my opinion. If you've listened to these weekly previews, I've said, what? 600's coming by probably November, end of this month. Well, whammy, whammy. Here comes your jammies, because it looks like it's coming soon. Now, watch for a squeeze up. We'll go normal high of the week. We can go jet in even a little tighter. Watch for a move over 85.50 area to about 86.30, of course, over 86.30. I'm going to go all-time high for my normal week, or normal high of the week will be right around 587.50. And I think we could push to probably 588.75 after that. So 88.75 will be my normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, we get through 590, and we get a nice good surge, really close, not quite to 600 yet. I'll go 592.50 to 593.50 ultimate high of the week there. Now on the way back on down, at least we have some charting to work with here. One of the first key levels I see is kind of the low that we bounced off from Friday, which is also the high from last Wednesday. That 582.75 area is going to be key. Down a little bit further, you can see some lower shadow edge right through there as well, even back to last Monday. So then that next area, 82.30, is going to be key. I think we can go a little lower than that, though, for your normal low of the week, although that is going to be a very key area to get through. Under 582, 30.50 area, watch for a move down somewhere between 81.50, then to 81.25, down through 81 to about 70.80 area. I think for your normal low of the week, I could keep going through levels. It's going to be right. I don't think we quite get there for, I think that's ultimate. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to keep going down. Right there's another key area at that 80.30 mark. Under 80.30, watch for this tug down to 78. We'll call it 75, right? The 875 roll. Normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week comes back on down to 78 or 77.80. And that's just then why I get so tight right there. Do we go down even further for ultimate lows? I think we channel again, and you just haven't seen that pullback yet. And that trend line on the weekly, somewhere right up around that 570.72 mark. I don't quite think we touch that trend line up. I'll go one more level lower than 77.50 for my ultimate lows, and it's down to right here at around the 74.50 to 75 mark. Ultimate lows there. Let's go back now alphabetically. Time Apple here, working our way up as well here in this kind of nice uptrend. You can start it from right there, kind of going upward right here, basing, hitting off. It really does. If you wanted it through there, it already cracked it. So now you just readjust it to base off there, which we hit again on Thursday, and we're rolling up. Normal high of the week, we hit it last Tuesday. We'll stay in the channel now that we kind of come up. And we've done it before, maybe even have a pullback possibly after we hit it again or something, like we did a couple of weeks ago here. Watch for move to 37.50. That'll be your normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, of course, that'd be all-time highs. Watch for move to 38.75 after that. I'd say watch for move up to 240 over 238.75 for your ultimate high of the week. Now, can you go more than that? Maybe. $10 seems to be about the range anymore for Apple, though, for its big move. For the way back on down, watch back under 234 for a move down to around 232. Well, we'll call it 233. 233, normal high of the week, or normal low of the week, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week takes it back down to reversal area from 231.30, then down to 230.50, and ultimately down to 230 for your ultimate low of the week. Come on, AMD, load up here, mister. AMD looking to come down more potentially, which looks good for a play in market coming up this week. So back under this 155 mark would be crucial, and especially if we could just find our way under 154.50, you will crash away and find your way somewhere down into this 153.20, then down to around 152.40. That probably all happens in one day, I'd bet. Watch the day we crack 155 with candlestick confirmation in a 3-5 minute time frame. The more time frames that stack up against it, the more we crack, but I bet it would almost happen instantaneously if you get that 3 or 5 minute confirm. Normal low of the week, I'll go right there at that 52.30 mark, right there at that lower shadow. Ultimate low of the week, which is 50, what's that low there? 52.50. Actually, that low is 52.47. So somewhere right around there, the low, I'm going right there where the L's at. That's right there. Normal low of the week here. Ultimate low of the week takes it back through down to around 150. I don't quite think we'd stumble our way down to 48.25.75, but I'm going to include that into my ultimate low of the week. 150 down to 148.30. Ultimate lows down there. Again, because there's not a lot of charting. Kind of forming a little wonky head and shoulders there. Definitely has potential to crash. On the way back on up, I'll use a little bit of that old stuff over there. Watch for a move over 57 or 56.70 for a move right here to around 57.50, 45. Over that, watch for a pop up to right around 58.50 to 58.75. I'll go normal high of the week there. Ultimate high of the week, then watch for a move up to 60, maybe potentially 561. Or 161, 561, that'd be a move. Ultimate high for AMD right there. Over to Amazon because it's getting really close to this all-time high area. I'm just ready for this thing to have earnings, and I would imagine they're good. It pops up, finally through 200. I'm pretty much going to get rid of almost everything. I still have 250 shares left long-term from 2022, and I got in at around $93 as my cost-based average. I'm ready for this to get through 200, get out all but probably, I don't know, 50 shares, 100 shares, and just hold that pretty much maybe forever. Just kind of like a savings, just an extra savings account. Just letting it rack up and say, hey, when I'm an old, I still have shares of Amazon. I'm sure they do reverse splits or whatever. And they're like, when the hell when did you get in there, bro? Well, it was 2022. I was telling everybody. Let's go into now the daily here, and of course, work our way up the levels. But I just want to bring that up that I would imagine we get that with the earnings report coming up here in the next week or two, whenever the earnings comes out. It's in the next month. Normal high of the week, we created it on Friday, this 190.75. Ultimate high of the week, over that. Watch for a pop up to 195 for your ultimate high of the week. For your way back on down, watch back under this 188.50.75 area. We probably got a good crack on Monday. Down to 188.35 through 188. I bet you go down to 187.60. Let's just keep on going. 187.20 area. Under 187.20, we definitely hit last Thursday and Friday's low of day. That'll be my normal low of the week. 186.25 down to Wednesday's low, which is 185.70. For your ultimate low of the week, Petey, we stopped looking. I thought I heard somebody laying over there. We're taking it back down to Tuesday's low of 185. I think we base out in channel, but we've seen sometimes channels when we go a little bit lower than anticipated. I'll go 185 down to 184-ish, 50, somewhere in there for your ultimate low of the week. Now over to ARM and a lag. Petey, can we please stop, son? Back under 151.80. This will be a great short. 151.90, as you can see, and I'll even zoom in right there. Right, the lows created really under 152. You're cracking away. 151.30 is the only thing you'd have to worry about at that point. You're cracking then down to 150. Under 150, then you're hitting last Tuesday's low of day of 148.50 to 75. Normal low of the week there. It's also the low from the Friday before. And the high from the Wednesday before. You got to love touch. Under that area for your normal low, heading down to your ultimate low of the week. Watch for a move down to 146 to 145 for your ultimate low of the week. Now on the way up, we need to reclaim this 154.80 to 155 area right through there-ish. Then you'll get a nice good squeeze up to 157, 157.50, which was Friday's high of day. I'm going to go with that as my normal high of the week. My ultimate high of the week takes it just a hair under 159 to maybe a hair over it for your ultimate high of the week. And unless we get one of those big days or earnings coming up, we have like one of those, and that's what could jolt it out of one of these channels right here. So it's like once a week sometimes you get that move from ARM. Google over here, and it's usually when the market moves all in, one big flush or spike together. Google's been really gross, so you know what? That's not really pretty charting. That's really ugly. It's really hard to trade. We're not going to learn it. Just not going to do it. Meta looks a little more clean, and the main reason why for the crack back on down under 574. Then we're talking some juice zone, baby. Down to 570. I'll go 570 to 568.75. Normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week then takes it to 567, then down to 564.50 to 565. Ultimate lows there. Now I know this can move $10 in a day. That can actually all happen in one day. So let me maybe readjust that. No, I'm gonna stick with that. I don't think we get much lower than 160. I just don't think we get much lower than that. I just don't think we do right now. We're gonna stay above 560. On the way on up, watch for a spike over right here first off, the 577.80 mark. Over 577.80, watch for the spike to probably 579 to 580-ish. Over that, you definitely get a spike to 581. Over 581 for the move up to 582. Over 582 to 583.75. 583.70. Yep, I'm going to go higher more so than lower. 583.75 to 585, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week takes it up to 588. 588, ultimate high of the week. I don't think we quite get back above 590. Microsoft has been another one. Hideyosa. Stay away from this play. Now, we'll alert Netflix gets at all-time highs. Let's see if we get more continuation and squeeze, which we're really setting up for that pattern on Monday. We could just reverse and give a lot of that back, but still, this is setting up for a squeeze and roll. All-time highs, you just have to kind of guesstimate, and based on plays in the past that have moved to this level, NFLX, or NVDA, I should say, SMCI. Watch for a squeeze over 767 for the move up to 770 easy. I would go 775 to 770. No, you know what? I'm gonna go 780 because of what we did on Friday. We could still have maybe one more big day or there's something in there close to it. I'll go 578, 75 to 580. Normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, 585. 585. On the way back on down, watch for a crackback under 763.25. down to this little reversal at 561.50. Under that, we do get a good crash down to 557.75. Below that, essentially somewhere down to the 5, or I keep saying 5, the 753 to 753 area, that big bounce. That'll be your normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would crash, and we'd see a good sell-off back down to previous all-time high, which if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was right there at that 735-ish, 737 mark. That would be your ultimate low of the week, right back down to there. Over to NVDA. See if we finally can move up out of that one for this all-time high area. We just haven't quite got it yet. So that'll be my normal high of the week, that 141 mark, all-time high. Ultimate high of the week moves to all-time high. 5, I'll go 5. 141, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, over 141. Watch for a spike to probably 145 is where it would end up at. 143.50 minimum, if not 145. Watch for a crackback under 137.20. Ooh, Lions. Lions win. Came back and won there against the Vikings. What a hell of a game I was watching there. Under 137.35. Watch for the crack back down to around 136.50. 136.50-ish right there, right? I'm going to go lower. I got to go lower. Underneath that, then watch for a crack back down. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Under that, watch for a crack back down to around 135.50 to 135.75. Somewhere in there, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week takes it then down to 135 for sure. Under 135, watch for a crack back down. I don't think we get any lower than 130. It's just hard to determine somewhere in this juncture. Am I going to go all the way down to 130? Do I just want to go somewhere right around here at 130, 150 to 131? Which isn't far from 130. Some of these plays really have created a lot of, could it be here? Could it be there? Could it be here? Right? Could it be there? Could it be here? I'm going to go with my ultimate low of the week, 131 down to 130. I'll go to the lower end and we get a big sell-off. I'll go to the Qs. Qs have been pretty gross though as well, honestly, more so than SPY's been great, better, I've had better days. Qs have been gross. Ultimate high of the week, or normal high of the week, I'll say, is this 498.80 mark, and if I'm not mistaken, we've only clipped over 500 once. Yep, and that'd be my ultimate high of the week, over to 503.50. For your way back on down, watch for a crack back under 493.50 for the move down to around 491.50 to 491.50 area, right there, right? Kind of the low from Thursday, high from Wednesday. Crack of that takes it then down somewhere right around normal low of the week though. My normal low is going to be back under 490. Watch for a crack back down to this 488.50.75 area. So we do have this nice little sandwich area here, leads down to kind of another sandwich area right through here. But you can see this area is really key, that 491.75, the high of day, low of day. It's going to be hard to get through, but I think we can get through that and down to 490.65 to 490 for your normal lows. Ultimate lows takes it back down to 488.65 to 488. And last but not least, Tesla, which has been a little gross at times in this really elongated channel. I talked about this in my morning alerts one of the days this week. I think it was Friday. And it was perfectly right to it, where I just don't think we get out of the channel. And I'm going to stick with that for my normal high and lows, where normal high of the week is going to be somewhere right around 220. Could be 222.50. Could maybe pop up to this 224-ish mark. Normal high somewhere in there. Ultimate high of the week, we finally squeeze out of it, and we squeeze good typically when we do. And watch for that squeeze all the way back up to 230 to 233.75. For the way back on, for the ultimate highs. For the way back on down, your normal lows, pretty much the lows we created last week, 217 to 217.50, somewhere in there. Ultimate low of the week takes it back down to 213.75. I don't think we'd get lower than that. I think the pop up would lead to a bigger move than if we kind of crack down out of this, just like you saw here. All right, there are your plays for the week. See what we get. Not really a play right now that I'd say is my favorite over the others. Of course, you'd think right out of the gate, AMD is one I'd go back to. Just a lot plays that have room to run. So under that 154.90, 155 mark, that's got room to run. Netflix all-time high. So now that even if we squeeze up or do crack down, this has room to run now. It's probably going to have another big day or two in it this coming week. Those are some of my favorite. And Tesla, if it does get back over 224, especially Tesla would be nice if it gets back over 224, 225-ish area right through here-ish. right through there, it'll fly. It'll absolutely take off. So it's kind of my favorite setups for the week. Again, areas we haven't been in a while, squeezing out of channels to new areas that really don't have a lot of support or resistance, whichever way you're going. Like I always call them red lights. You don't want a lot of red lights. See you next week. Back in the rhyme and the rhythm of stock trading. AK's back.